Welcome to Musician vs. Musician, a podcast / gig where every week we both research a music-related topic and then report back to the other one. It could be a band, it could be a genre, it could be whatever vague concept we find interesting. I'm Matt.
And I'm Leia.
We're both members of the band Wild Abyss. I'm consciously trying to say it differently.
Yeah.
Wild Abyss. You say it.
Wild. That bit is...
Wild Abyss. See, I pronounce it like Wow Abyss. Wow Abyss.
Is that the American in you coming out?
I guess it must be.
It's the bloody Wild Stallions thing coming out.
God, yeah. I don't know where else I would have got it from if not my Americanisms. Also, I've attached a disclaimer to this and all future episodes that our views do not reflect the views of the rest of the band. Because we got in trouble last week.
Yeah, we got told off.
But that doesn't mean we're not going to say whatever we want. We just don't reflect the views of anyone else in the band.
Yeah, if they don't say it, they probably don't mean it.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do.
Well, yeah.
I take it all back. Everything we say reflects the whole band. What are we talking about this week, Leia?
My band or your band? Because I haven't got any news headlines this week.
No news headlines. I have a couple off the top of my head.
Yeah?
Death Cab for Cutie. No, that's not it. That's previous week. Good Charlotte released a new song.
Actually, yeah, they're headlining Slam Dunk this weekend, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, today.
Oh, okay, cool.
The more you know, relevant.
They released a new song,
Okay.
and I didn't listen to it.
Neither did I.
Well, this was worth saying.
Yeah.
We could listen to it now, but we won't.
No.
Neither of us are huge Good Charlotte fans, although I do kind of nostalgically love their first album.
I actually never really listened to them, so I don't even get the nostalgia bit, but I live with Harry. Harry is going, which is how I know. Because she's likes Good Charlotte because they're funny.
I think I don't like the most recent album before this newest one, I guess. But I think before that, I was into them when I was younger. Lifestyles the Rich and Famous is really good.
I have nothing to contribute to this.
Have you not heard it?
No, I haven't heard any Good Charlotte that I know of.
Huh. Okay, well, that's...
But I'm aware of them as a band.
Okay, well, they're nice guys.
Okay.
I didn't love their most recent one. It was a bit more poppy, which is always going to lose me. But the rest of them, yeah. I like punk. So
yeah,
anything that's a bit punky is okay with me.
Yeah, I get the kind of pop punk vibes. Yeah, okay.
Any other news headlines off the top of my head? A lot of festivals are starting now.
It's just summer now. Everything's kicking off.
Yeah. Are you going to anything?
I'm going to Bloodstock.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
We actually tried to get into Bloodstock.
Yeah, we played a Metal to the Masses, and it turns out it's based on audience votes, not by judge votes.
The worst system
yeah.
for a band that doesn't have any fans
and
yet.
Also, yeah, it was on a Thursday as well, which is already useless. How are you going to get people to come to a gig that's on a Thursday?
And we definitely weren't ready.
No, we weren't.
Absolutely not. It
was really fun. I loved that gig. That was so much fun.
Yeah, on this topic, because this is relevant, I went to see the next round of the competition that we took part in last night. I only heard a couple of the bands, but I went to see our favourite band, Nil Desperandum, who were great.
We played with them on the first Metal to the Masses gig, and they were very much fun.
Yep, they're really cool people. I like them a lot. I love their singer. I am biased because I love female singers in like rock and metal bands, but she's awesome. Anyway, the rest of the band are really cool. The guitarist just casually plays with his teeth sometimes.
I mean, I don't always believe. You have that moment where I want to believe it's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah, because I haven't looked up how to do it, so I don't know if anyone actually can do it or if it's just a trick.
The illusion is neither of us are guitarists, so we can be like, yeah, okay, that works. Why not?
Someone spoke to me the other day and was like, "Oh, what kit do you have like as a guitarist?" I was like, "Hold up, not a guitarist.
Yeah.
I own 4 guitars, but I'm not a guitarist.
Yeah, you're just a hoarder.
I do love guitars.
Yeah.
If I could have... I love instruments, actually.
Yeah, instruments are cool, to be honest.
If I could still have my drum kit, I would. But we got rid of it because
the problem is space issues. It's a big thing to have if you don't want to play it or don't have the time to.
I mean, I don't even have space in my garage at the moment for it due to the amount of crap that's in there. There's no way around that. It's just crap.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a punching bag that I use every time I get irritated, so every day. Every single day.
You live in the garage now.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
They're just punching that thing 24/7. So, that's all the news that I can think of.
Yeah.
Which I realised is a very weak segment that we should probably put more thought into. Or we can keep this beatnik slam poetry vibe.
It's just casual. We're laid back.
I apologise to any slam poets who are offended by my use of that. So let's go into our first topic then. Which, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. The band I have brought, I've almost entirely brought them because you told me that you were going to do a fairly light band this week. So,
I haven't even picked a band, and light doesn't begin to describe her.
Okay. Well, you get the idea, or light artist then, if you prefer. So I've gone complete polar opposite and picked probably one of the heaviest things I like, which is a Viking metal band called Amon Amarth. I'm not sure if you will have heard them.
No. You're not surprised?
No, I'm not surprised at all. It's really not your sort of thing. So I'm going to take great pride in making you listen to them purely because you were looking forward to that. So the song we're going to listen to is Twilight of the Thunder Gods, if any of you want to get in on that.
Cool.
And Matt's going to hate it.
Alright, pausing for a second. We'll join you back when I've listened to Twilight of the Thunder Gods, which is a cool name.
It is a cool name.
That was fucking sick.
Yeah, you enjoyed that a lot more than I thought you were going to, although I didn't actually pick it because I thought it would annoy you. It's just a really good song. They're a good band.
Now I feel bad because I picked my choice because I knew it would annoy you.
Well, I still can't tell you what it is, which normally you've got a fair idea, you can guess the kind of thing. I've got no idea what you're going to do.
No, but let's focus on yours because that was awesome and I'm keen to hear more.
Actually, that song, because most people, when you pick a song for the first one to listen to the band, it will be like a more recent one, whereas that actually came out in 2008.
Okay.
And that was the album that really got them big. That was the first album that I ever heard, and it was the first really heavy band I got into when I was like 13. The first band merch I ever bought myself.
Nice.
I cut the back of it, like you see me do to t-shirts, except I had to learn somewhere, so I did it really badly.
I'm trying to think what the first band merch I had was. I don't think I bought band merch until like last year.
Yeah, well, I was always given stuff, but that was the first one I ever like went out of my way to buy myself, and I thought it was cool. They had cheap merch, and I was like, yes, 13-year-old me is about this. Also, I've written down, well, there's a lot about their genre, because Viking metal is a good name, but they make the names really complicated, and I know that winds you up. And I thought...
Wait. Does it wind me up, or do I like long names? Do I just go back and forth?
I think you go back and forth.
I think I just change my mind whenever it's convenient.
But they were originally under the name Scum, and they were a grindcore band in Sweden.
What's grindcore?
I've got this. So what they are now is they're death metal, or melodic death metal, or Viking metal, versus grindcore. And the main difference is grindcore is more influenced like punk, but the easiest way to sort of visualize it is death metal is brutal and grindcore is frantic.
Okay.
So like you can kind of like
it's like a hairline fracture difference.
Yeah, there's not much difference, but that's the easiest way to explain it. And just to be sure I was right, I googled it just to make sure like I was spot on where the difference was, and all of my ads now are asking me if I need a therapist. Like immediately. The first ad that was on the page that I clicked on was like, do you need counselling? I was like, no, I promise, I've just got strange taste in things. Yeah, and because melodic death metal and Viking metal is a bit of a like, it's a bit, why do you need so many different names? So the singer talks about this a lot in interviews, because I think it winds him up as well. And he says, we play death metal, but we also write about Vikings, therefore apparently we're Viking metal. I don't know what that is. I can't imagine the Vikings were into metal at all, except for swords and stuff. Musically, I guess they only played those strange lip instruments and some bongos or whatever. So that's how he feels about that.
I like this guy. What's his name?
Johan Hegg.
Okay, that's cool. I agree with him on that. Genre theory is stupid.
It is. It's a bit, that's what you always say, genre theory is stupid.
Yeah, see, so, I mean, for anyone listening out there who wants to lose respect or gain respect for me, I don't know.
Have, like, more than 3 words in your genre, and it's like,
Well, so I'm a film student for anyone out there, and soon to be not a film student anymore. I'm about to finish my postgrad.
That does sound like you want to drop out. That's like, soon to be not, because I'm dropping out and moving to Spain.
There are things that I get really fascinated by in humanities, and genre theory is one of them because it is so frustratingly stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that specific ever.
It's just, you know what, it's specific but so ill-defined. But music, you can actually trace things back to actual like chord patterns and things. So music is one of the things where it's okay with, but no one can ever explain to me, so I can never learn.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia I don't trust. So.
Well, yeah, there is that. I don't know enough about music theory to really... Like, I don't know broad music theory. I'm quite good with just drums, but broad music theory I'm really bad.
Someone's revealing themselves to be the musician in the title of this podcast.
Also, as we've had the new logo go up, I'm also on top of the musician bit.
I know.
However, I feel like we could fight it out, because that will be an ongoing thing. We haven't decided.
No, the last episode of this show ever will be us deciding.
It won't even be us deciding. We'll have a fight to the death to see who is who all along.
I don't want to die on this issue.
And then it'll be Amon Amarth will play in the background because it's brutal and it's just relevant.
Yeah, that would be really cool,
have a
actually.
Fight, yeah.
Okay, I'm on board again.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew you'd into this. Yeah, so they headlined Bloodstock last year, which was a really cool... Because they haven't headlined so many big festivals. They've done their own headline tours, but that's not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I wanted to go, but also I wanted to see System of a Down and download.
That's fair.
So it was like, oh, okay, System of a Down don't come around very often. Amon Amarth do, so that's cool. They always put on a real show, which is cool. So they were talking about all of these opportunities that come with like headlining the festival for the first time, and they say they talk about a lot about helmets on stage and burning runes and pyros and explosions, which is cool. I've seen them twice. The first time was actually at Download, and they weren't headlining, so they didn't really have much, but they have their burning rune things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read runes. I don't know what it says, but I think it looks cool.
I dated someone who could read runes.
I used to. I have a friend in Norway that used to write in like. Not actually in runes, but in English with its like using runes as a little code breaker thing, and I could read that.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I can't read actual runes. If anything, that made it more confusing trying to learn actual runes.
My ex had some runes tattooed on her, which I don't remember what they said. I won't say her name, in case she doesn't want to be associated with me anymore. But yeah, I think it said courage or bravery or something, but it was slightly askew.
I mean, realistically, does she know what it says? Is she sure?
I don't think 100%.
I mean...
as much as you can be with ancient Nordic runes.
True. Yeah. So one of the big things they have at their shows is they have a drinking horn that the singer chugs from on stage, which is enormous. It's the biggest... Like, for context, I googled it, and it holds 9 to 10 pints of fluid that they fill with beer every time, and he tips down himself because he can't drink it all in one go. Because who can? And I think it's pretty beast, because he does actually drink from it every time, and he's got beer in it. To be singing on stage, and we'll do that mid-set, and still be able to sing is quite impressive, especially because the vocals are very...
Yeah, I mean, you'll never catch me doing that.
No. You can get a real replica made for about £730. But you can get a good one made for about 200, which I'm not surprised. Like with the size on it, like it's ridiculous. It looked big on him, and he's like 6'4", you know, and it's a bit ridiculous. Also
look big on me.
Yeah.
Pretty small.
Yeah. And it'd look just comedically big on me, like. It'd look like half of my body. It would be a good look.
I mean, we did a photo shoot. Just like a test photo shoot at the weekend, and Leia was carrying a guitar.
It's just everything looks comically big. I'm too short for anything.
It's true. I mean, yeah. Everything.
I feel like it makes it look slightly more impressive when I play the drums, though, because they're so much bigger than me.
No one sees you.
Yeah, that's a double bonus.
They just see arms coming out from underneath the bass.
Carl's brother used to call me the tiny spider. He'd never seen me play, but he assumed that was what it looked like because no one could see me, they can just see movement. So that's where that came from. Watching their own on their headline tour, I also met my friend Charlie. If you managed to come across this, hi. You probably haven't.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Send it to Charlie.
I will send it to Charlie, and then he's got to watch it at least until now.
Oh, shit.
Otherwise I'm going to bully him.
Wait, hold on. This episode is sponsored by Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, sponsor us.
Yeah, give us some money.
I mean, he's our age, but yeah, so also can't afford it, but you know.
Well, you know, maybe he made wise decisions. What do you mean, our age?
Oh, well, you know our age group. Don't be pedantic.
There's almost a 6-year gap between us.
I always forget that, but that's because I don't associate us with having different ages.
That's true.
At all.
Yeah, you're pretty old.
I'm pretty old. You're the older one.
Yeah, but you're pretty old mentally.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm like roughly my age. Or am I older than my age?
I don't know. I don't know many people your age.
We have too many age conversations on this show.
We do. It's
I'm putting
weird.
No more age conversations.
Yeah. So there's been a lot, because they're not actually that public a band in terms of like their own information kind of thing. They just don't share a lot because they're not like, they're older. I think is the big difference. Is a lot of bands you get now younger and social media and stuff. They don't really do all of that. Like they formed in '92, I think.
They don't do a podcast then.
No, they don't do a podcast.
God damn it!
Every band needs a podcast, realistically.
Don't. It's our thing. We started it.
God, guys, yeah, and only 2 of you can ever be in it. And it has to be the singer and the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's...
Every time. I don't care who you are, what your interests are, singer and drummer.
Even if you're an artist, you have to play both the drums and sing.
Otherwise you're not allowed to do a podcast. That's the rule.
Rules, yeah. I mean, we started it so we can make it up. We can have whatever.
Yes, we invented the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, okay, that's what I was sticking to. We invented the podcast.
We're going
It's weird that I said it so sarcastically.
Yeah. I don't know why you're harassing me with facts.
I'm sorry.
So they talk a lot about because most of the information I've got about them has been pulled from interviews and things like that. Just because, as you can imagine, interviews come up a lot. And I thought it was quite funny how they talk about how trendy even metalheads or people in the alternative genres can be, because it shouldn't be, if you know what I mean, or quite so trendy, not as pop and things like that. And Johan was quoted saying, the fans all over the US are so different from metalheads here in Europe, it depends where you go. On the other hand, the only truly untrendy metal fans are the Germans. They haven't changed their style in 20 or 30 years, and they will look almost the same in 1,000 years. They're like cockroaches. No one can kill them, not even a nuclear war. So he tends to go off tangent quite a lot on it, which is really like us, so I relate
I
to
thought
that,
we were honest, but...
Yeah. So, I feel like that's a compliment in his own little way. Because, like, that's just saying Germans... hardcore as fuck, basically.
I mean, they are hardcore as fuck.
I'm about German metal, to be honest.
Respect to German metal. It's the first metal I ever heard.
Yeah.
It's still my favourite kind of metal.
Yeah.
Although, because of Eurovision, I've actually been looking into some Hungarian metal.
Ooh.
My partner at the moment is Hungarian, and she wanted to listen to the Hungarian performance at Eurovision, who did a metal performance.
Oh, okay.
And it was sick.
I'm kind of about that, because I don't watch Eurovision at all.
No, it's the only time I've ever watched it in my life. And I only watched that performance because I didn't care about the rest of it. I mean, actually, I saw a clip of the English one, and shame on you, England, for being so, like, wishy, like low-key boring.
Oh, okay.
The singer is a very strong singer, but they've just picked a style which isn't interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, the Hungarians did terribly because they did a metal performance and nobody liked it.
Public, yeah.
But... They're very
impressed. Yeah, they did what they wanted, and I'm about that. But yeah, I'm just about German metal, to be honest. Obviously, you have to say Rammstein, otherwise people are like, oh my god, that's the main one. And then everyone that already knows that is like, oh my god, you only know Rammstein, because German metal is the source of some real controversy.
One day when we'll do Rammstein, I guess, on this show. Because why wouldn't we?
They're cool as hell.
They are very cool.
I love them a little bit, but yeah. I always think it's quite funny is they talk a lot about German metal band Halloween, which is quite a name in itself, to be honest. I mean, I'm not sure if it's really stupid or if it's really funny.
You say our name is cheesy. That's a cheesy name.
But they're also power metal.
That's true. So they're cooler than us.
Are they?
Wait, what's power metal?
Power metal is like the it's less light. It's sort of Dragon Force-esque.
Okay.
But like less fast, because Dragon Force is more like speed metal. But you know the sort of the lyric bass and things like that, sort of dragons and.
Oh, so you think we're cooler than them?
Probably not. They're bigger than us. It's not hard, but I just think the name. It's the name that gets me, and the only real issue that's taken with it, I love how it's not like they never comment on them musically. They comment on the art style because it's irrelevant, and it's all of the album art is sort of based on being trippy and sort of like acid trip. And they always say about it, if you can figure out what it is you're looking at, you've won a box of watercolors. So they're not a fan, none of that anyway. So I think that's very funny. To be honest. Funny. But yeah, they're pretty well inspired by all the Vikings and North mythology, which
North
you said.
mythology.
North mythology. It doesn't help that I've written down nose mythology.
Well, that's a completely different subject matter. We've got a new song written about nose mythology.
Yeah, we have.
It's about the joy of sneezing.
I hate sneezing.
I mean,
you know.
I mean, why would you like sneezing? Who likes sneezing?
I suppose, like, I can see why some people would be like, satisfied, finished. But you never are you? You always need to sneeze 12 million times.
Yeah, I don't like sneezing. It makes my throat feel scratchy.
Yeah.
So, controversial. We don't like sneezing.
Yeah.
This is
It's a real solid opinion, is that I'm not a fan of sneezing because I do it so many times in a day. Because I'm allergic to the world.
This show is so worth listening to.
It is. It's some quality content.
Can you imagine, like, if we made any headway, like, fan-wise, went on tour, got interviewed, and they're like, so, sneezing?
And we're like, no, we have talked about this. We collectively agree that sneezing is rubbish.
Listen to the podcast, god damn it.
Like,
we said no to sneezing.
Yeah, we said, you know what? If you're not going to research us before you're going to interview us,
we put on our sunglasses.
Watch every single episode of the podcast just to know that we don't like sneezing.
Like, we storm out of there, beat people up like the Sex Pistols.
It's dramatic. Yeah,
you know?
we're just...
The rest of the band's just shocked at our behaviour because we can't stand sneezing that much.
It's so dramatic, yeah.
This was too long a tangent for sneezing.
Yeah, so they're very inspired by all of Norse mythology and also Lord of the Rings, apparently. And
because Lord of the Rings is sick.
Lord of the Rings is sick, and the lead singers very recently had a wedding, a full Viking wedding inspired by Lord of the Rings, which my gran also did, fun fact, and it was the coolest thing ever.
Wait, she did their wedding or she had a wedding?
She had a Lord of the Rings based Viking wedding in a cave.
Okay, well, was she, which one of the hobbits was she?
She wasn't one of the hobbits. She was getting married. That was my dad. My dad was all the hobbits. I was one of the hobbits. I was like 1 at the time.
Wait. Oh, okay. So it wasn't recent.
No, it wasn't. The singer's one was recent. My grand's one wasn't.
When was your grand's?
About 17 years.
But she wasn't that tall. Surely she's in your family, so she's not that tall.
No, she's not.
So why wasn't she?
She's shorter than me.
Was she a dwarf like Gimli?
I think she was. She didn't really like go as characters. It's just themed, not as in like a whole big cosplay event wedding.
I guess she could be Arwen, or I mean, you don't have to
be.
That
was kind of the inspiration. Like she was in sort of yellow and kind of. I'll show you a picture later for the kind of.
Okay.
It just all feel like.
I guess I won't put it up on the YouTube video.
I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah, well, if we remember, we'll put it up.
Yeah. Okay. And all of the men and like my dad and my uncle and things like that would go in sort of Viking style things. Not very
with like hair stuck on their feet.
Yeah.
To be hobbits.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you wouldn't know because they had shoes on, but they did it anyway.
It's not very Hobbit-esque if they had shoes on. Hobbits don't wear shoes.
Yeah, but they wanted to wear shoes, so they just made sure that they did it underneath to be truly...
And to be accurate, but comfortable.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Half respect.
Yeah, okay. And the shoes looked like feet, by the way.
Oh, well, that sorts my problem out. That's fine.
Yeah, there we go. So you're happy with that now, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this question is the last question I've got that they were asked. Purely because I think it's a stupid question on about the being asked about noses, like, and this was smack in the middle of an interview as well. It wasn't like at the end. It was like question about their new album, this question about one of their older albums and a specific song. And the question is, in Sweden, do cows ever say moo? Like they say that a lot in America. And he said, no, cows say moo with a U, and pigs say knife, not oink like they do in America. So there you go.
Okay, well, I guess the more you know.
Yeah, I once had a conversation with my friend because I'd gone to Norway, which is how I met my Norwegian friend that can write in runes, and she asked me if the dogs bark in Norway, and I said no, they buck, and she believed me, which is what inspired me to tell you that, really.
That experience inspired you to tell me that story. That
in
wasn't
the future, I didn't know you.
That wasn't a worthwhile sentence.
You're not a worthwhile sentence.
Don't say sentences like that.
Don't say sentences like that.
Right. If it's just going to be mimicking on the podcast, I'm just going to add an echo. Right. That was really interesting. We are 3 for 3 on bands that you've recommended that I've liked now. I mean, Chris Cornell I already knew.
Well, yeah.
But still.
Also, I can't even remember who I did in the first week. Who did I do in the first?
Stars on Broadway.
Oh yeah, you hadn't heard them. Well, you heard one song.
I'd heard Chemicals.
And that was because I made you listen to that.
Yeah,
as well,
and I liked it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so we're 3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 solid songs that bands that you either already liked or do like now.
Whereas I have exclusively picked things that I don't really like. Although the Sex Pistols I find important. I go back and forth.
Yeah, the Sex Pistols are definitely, like, even if you don't like them, they are important. Not really debatably.
Well, get ready for a bombshell of a topic from me.
Wait, what did you do the first? Oh, you didn't do on the first. It was just me the first week.
Yeah, we got our wires
crossed.
So
are you gonna pick one every week that we're not guaranteed to like at all?
I mostly just pick things that take my fancy.
Yeah, okay.
I like the Sex Pistols' Legacy. I can't say the music. I don't like the music, but I do love the music.
Okay.
It's confusing. I won't get lost
Yeah,
in it.
this was a whole thing last week. So.
Yeah. So, my topic. I've got a little bit of a setup for it, so bear with me. So, in 2003, a little girl auditioned for a television series on Disney Channel.
Okay.
She was 11 years old.
Oh, no.
And she went into audition for the main character's best friend.
Okay.
But she was given a lucky break when she was asked to audition for the lead role. But she was initially denied the best friend role.
Oh, okay.
Because she was too small and young, which sucks, but later on was selected for the lead because of her singing and acting.
Okay.
Before I go any further, do you want to take a guess?
That sounds like it should be Hannah Montana. Not the person, the fucking...
Leia, it is Hannah Montana.
Yay!
That's who we're talking about this week.
You're correct. I never in a million years would have guessed that.
In 2006, the little girl named Miley Cyrus made her debut on Disney Channel in the television program Hannah Montana, and I'm going to make you listen to 3 of her songs.
Are we doing it as Miley Cyrus or as Hannah Montana?
Hannah Montana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus was a bit more effort than I wanted to put in.
I was going to say, because... Miley Cyrus commands respect in her own.
Yeah, she's got a pretty varied career, but Hannah Montana's one note, and that's what we're going to listen to. We're going to listen to 3 songs.
Why do we have to listen to 3?
But we're not going to listen to it all the way through.
Okay. Which 3 songs?
We're going to listen to The Best of Both Worlds.
Okay, I've heard that one.
Okay, well we'll skip that one then.
Yeah, okay.
I've Got Nerve.
I don't know that.
And The Ice Cream Freeze.
Honestly, Best of Both Worlds was all I had.
Okay,
and I only know the line in the chorus.
Well, we're going to listen to I've Got Nerve and The Ice Cream Freeze.
If you want to do that too, join in now.
I got nerve. Do the ice cream freeze, strap your toes, then you do the milkshake, shake it down low.
Right. Well, that was Hannah Montana, I Got Nerve, and The Ice Cream Freeze. First impressions?
I didn't dislike that more than I thought I would.
It's pretty good.
Like, the first, was it I Got Nerve? I've already forgotten what that song went like. We watched...
I got nerve.
That's not as... Ice Cream Freeze is catchy as hell. Like, I'm
right?
about...
I mean, I think, hold on.
There's
do
a
the
dance
ice cream
as well.
freeze, strike a pose. Then you do the milkshake, shake it down low. Do the snow cone slide, left to right. Put your hands in the air, we could party all night. There you go.
There we go. Quality.
I'm going to have to listen to myself sing. That's going to be awful in the edit.
There's a dance that goes with that as well, which I'm kind of about.
Actually, I have a little bit of a challenge for you.
Oh, no.
So I think if this video gets 100 views, we have to do the ice cream freeze.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just a little incentive for anyone who's listening to this.
As a song or as a dance?
As a dance.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to do the song.
Well, yeah, I feel like we could cover the song.
I have to sing the song.
Yeah.
I don't want to sing it.
Oh.
I can't live up to Hannah Montana.
You just did.
I can't live up to Hannah Montana.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, fine.
I want to discuss some things around Hannah Montana, but first I'm just going to give you a brief summary of the history of Hannah Montana. There's not a lot to say.
As you can imagine, being a fictional character.
Yeah, she actually did tour as Hannah Montana. Miley Cyrus did.
Yeah, I heard that. To be fair,
she toured first with the Cheetah Girls. How weird is it that Disney used to? Do they still put on big gigs for their Disney Channel stars?
I have no idea. Because they got a lot of shit for that a few years ago. So maybe not.
Like they did High School Musical stuff, which also is amazing.
I've actually never seen Hannah Montana or High School Musical.
That's fair enough. High School Musical is kind of Grease light, and you haven't seen Grease. But High School Musical 3, the songs are pretty top notch.
Oh, okay, fine.
Like for a Disney musical, not to diss anyone who loves Disney musicals. It's just not what we love traditionally. But that being said, I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
Loved Hannah Montana.
I don't know. I never really got into it. I was not really a fan of music until I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah, just like instrumentally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Vocally, I couldn't have cared less.
That's fair, and I guess
I never listened to musicals really, to be honest.
And a lot of this stuff is like the Disney Channel stuff is just all artist focused.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just listened to what I think are the best 2 songs, plus the theme song for the Hannah Montana show, which you've already heard, which the drums of which are always in my head.
Yes, because when I first started doing my performing arts stuff, people used to get me to play that drum intro from the Hannah Montana song
Boom,
on the.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 ba-na-na-na-na. Yeah, it's really good. I probably won't put in a clip just so that's the only reference anyone who's listening has for it.
Yeah, that's all you've got. Yeah.
But anyway, the show Hannah Montana was a massive success.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus toured as Hannah Montana, performing songs from the show's first season. I can only remember those two. There were more, obviously. I actually did own the album as a child. I wasn't as young as maybe you'd imagine.
How young is that?
I don't remember. You'd have to ask my parents. I literally don't remember. It's not. I would gladly admit the age I was. I have no shame. I actually had a chance to meet Miley Cyrus. I had to write in an essay on why I wanted to meet her and take a picture of myself holding her CD. I did not meet her. I was pretty upset.
But you did it.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet.
I definitely think I was at least 13.
13-year-old Matt loving it.
Put it from my perspective, though, she was roughly my age.
True.
So,
Okay.
you know, she was pretty cute as well. Not that that's the reason to meet female artists, but, you know.
However, when you're 13, that's normally
definitely,
a priority.
She released a record which topped the Billboard 200 chart in the US
Fair play.
and sold over 3 million copies worldwide.
Yeah, I just struggled to sort of see what people say, because like people are quick to take the mick out of it, but also that's some solid sales.
It gets better
Like-
as well. Later on, she signed a 4-album recording contract with Hollywood Studios.
Really?
Hollywood Records. Can't read my own notes. To distribute her non-Hannah Montana music, and she released a 2-disc album, Hannah Montana 2, Meet Miley Cyrus. 1 disc, Hannah. 1 disc, Miley. Guess which album I preferred?
I actually don't know where you're gonna go with this.
Hannah Montana
You
all
did
the
prefer
way.
it, did
I
you?
did. I thought the Miley stuff was a little meek at the time. She actually develops a really interesting identity later on, post Hannah Montana. But at the time, I think she was hamstrung by what Disney would actually allow her to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, she that particular album, I guess 2-disc album, reached the top of the Billboard 200 again and sold another 3 million copies.
Solid.
She had a freaking 3D movie concert in 2008 because her
Nice.
tour was so crazy sold out.
Win.
And from then on, after 2008, she started to play down her career as Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I suppose you sort of want to take back who you are as a person and not just be...
As soon as you're out of Disney's contract, I'm sure you'll be like, okay, I've made the money that I need for the rest of my life now.
I can do what I actually want to do now.
Which is totally fair enough. I know she got a lot of controversy. We'll talk about it in a second when I finish.
Okay.
But for some interesting facts about Hannah Montana, number 1,
Okay.
they glued the wig to her head.
Well, most people use, like, prosthetic glue.
That
for
sounds horrible.
Well, no, it's not like they super glue it on. There's,
Oh.
like, a special glue that peels off your skin.
Okay, in my head, it was like they put a bald cap and then super glued it on, and they were like, "No, you're Hannah
Yeah,
now."
normally they, like, attach it at the front
Okay.
with, like, sort of like liquid latex type thing.
Okay, cool.
And it will be normally to the ball cap and not her actual head.
There was an unused ending for the show. This is number 2.
Ooh. What was it? Do we know what the actual ending was?
I have seen it. I don't know. She goes to university and then is like happy
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
That's kind of a letdown, to be honest.
I mean, I am paraphrasing what I assume is a pretty emotional episode.
Yeah, but you know.
But see, so the show was Hannah Montana, and then she went to university, and it became Hannah Montana Forever. And I don't think I watched it as much. And ironically, Hannah Montana Forever was the final season of the show.
Oh.
So I guess it was Hannah Montana, not forever, really.
Yeah.
Almost
Finitely.
forever. Yeah, finitely is a good one. So number 2, the unused ending for the show was that the whole show was a dream in Miley Cyrus's head.
Oh, classic.
It is so good they didn't do that.
Yeah, that would be stupid.
What a terrible ending. Well done, whoever said no.
Yeah.
Number 3, a famous country singer Dolly Parton played Miley's godmother on the show.
That's kind of sweet, actually. To be honest, Dolly Parton kind of winds me up a little bit. It's
That's
just
totally
the voice.
fair.
It's just the voice doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of country singers do it for me.
To be honest, yeah, I'm not generally a fan of country music at all.
I
but-
prefer old country to new country, if that makes anyone happier.
I mean, I can see why.
Because new country's kind of too bro-y.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But Dolly Parton, absolutely baffling figure when I was a child. had no idea who was on screen,
Well,
why
yeah,
the
no
audience
one
was
that's
so
a
happy.
child would, yeah.
Meant-
That's for the parents. That's why that happened.
Meant nothing to me. And my final fun fact, fourth fact, is that Taylor Momsen originally auditioned for the role.
Yeah, of whom Matt is a little bit obsessed with.
Yeah, I'd say infatuated with.
Yeah, that
Rather
would be
than
a good
obsessed.
word.
She's awesome. Hi, Taylor, if you're listening. She's definitely not listening. Hi, Taylor.
You're gonna try anyway. We'll send it to her. She
Yeah,
won't listen to it, but
that's
we'll
not
send
creepy
it to
at
her.
all. She's got things to do. She's got music to make. I think they're working on their next album now.
Okay.
They had such a dramatic time in between the scenes of their second and third album because they got like dropped from their label and stuff, and like lost like a band member died, I think. So it was pretty dramatic, and then they released their album, which is really good. Anyone who hasn't heard Who You Selling For and who likes rock music
Yeah.
should listen to it. It's got a bit of a country edge to it, which
Yeah.
usually I don't like, but I dug it. Obvious edit point. That's just a note for me that I'll probably leave in because I'm kind of a dick to myself
Yeah.
when I do these editing. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
So, Hannah Montana, when I was younger, I really liked. I can't really tell you why, because I don't know why I liked a lot of music at that age. I guess it was just poppy and
To
fun.
be honest, yeah, anything that's sort of catchy and silly, and there's dances that go along with it. Like,
Yeah,
kids are into that.
I liked the show as well. You know what? I thought the show was funny, so that's probably a huge reason.
Yeah.
Good marketing by Disney, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can see why Disney things go as big as they do.
Yeah, I mean, I love Disney Channel as well because when when it was on, it was on in between the adverts of other channels.
Yeah.
So you
So
should
you
just
can
flick over
swap,
to
yeah.
it. Yeah, just avoid the adverts
Yeah.
forever. And eventually they changed that, and it really upset me because they got longer and longer breaks on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every other channel. God damn it, Disney,
Aw.
you let me down.
Yeah.
First time ever. But anyway, Hannah Montana was a weird phenomenon, which I guess growing up you were bullied pretty incessantly if you liked that kind of music. I remember being bullied for liking Hannah Montana even when I was in sixth form. And now I'd still be made fun of, but I think lightheartedly.
Yeah, there's a different tone now.
Yeah, and I just wanted to talk about briefly the kind of way we treat young women's fiction or music, whatever. It's just kind of weird that we diss it so hard.
Yeah, and to be honest, because like realistically, she was a child when she got into this. Like, it's really strange to
Yeah.
be really sort of raining on a child's parade like that.
Did the internet exist in the same capacity when I was that age? Well, not for me, I guess.
No.
But did people make fun of her as much as they did like One Direction or Twilight?
I don't think quite as much,
Mm.
but still, it wasn't respected in any
Yeah.
way.
And like we just listened to the Ice Cream Freeze. The Ice Cream Freeze is catchy.
It
it's
is
fun,
catchy.
and I don't really see the problem. It clearly doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not probably never going to listen to that song ever again unless we have to learn the dance.
No, I most likely won't listen to it because it doesn't inspire a strong passion in me.
Yeah, like I'm just not as offended by it as people make
But
out
you know
to
what?
be.
A lot of people do like pop music and do find it inspiring and passionate, and that's okay.
Fair
and
enough.
they probably would like Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Hannah Montana is great.
Yeah.
What a talented performer.
Top quality, yeah.
What a talented singer and dancer she actually is. Like,
Yeah.
she fucking knocks it out of the park, especially as she was like 11 when she started.
Yeah.
I think 15, 16 when she finished.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's such a long time to do, because like time scale wise that's not really, but like in terms of ages, she's given up a good portion of her sort of young adulthood to being in that weird bloody
yeah.
program.
And I don't think we're ever really going to talk about Miley Cyrus, so we might as well just briefly discuss her now. But when she, for lack of a better term, came out as an actual sexual being, as a
that's
as a
a
young
hard
woman,
transition.
people did not like it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. She sort of went from 0 to 100 with that,
Pretty
but also
quickly.
there's not really any way to have a gradient with that. You just like, I kind of respect how she did it, and just they're like, I'm an adult now. By the way, I'm not actually Hannah Montana. I played Hannah Montana, which is what people don't seem to appreciate. Is that she's not that person. She never was. That was a character that she played.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't. Because people kicked off about it. I don't
People
really get
kicked
it.
off in a very weird way. And you know
Yeah.
what? I think it wasn't even that long ago. I think I'd started uni and we were still kind of studying the outrage around Miley Cyrus. So what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And I remember one of the lecturers put like a picture of her grinding on Robin Thicke.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Robin Thicke. And she was like, discuss how this makes you feel. A lot of people were like, it's disgusting. I was
Like you wouldn't care if it was anyone else.
I was
would
like,
you?
I don't care now. Like, who cares about this?
Yeah.
But, you know, women
Like,
demonstrating sexuality
She's
is...
an adult. She can do what she wants.
Which is actually going to bring us into our topic question. Because since we're talking about women so hard, I thought it would be interesting to ask Leia what her experience as a female drummer has been like.
Most of the experience is positive for the most part. It's very positive. There's a lot of sort of backhanded ways that people will talk to you about that. Like, it kind of, whilst I appreciate that people are nice about it, it winds me up a little bit that people expect me to be worse than a male drummer off the bat and are pleasantly surprised when I'm not. They'll be like, oh yeah, I didn't expect you to be that good.
Mhm.
Like, right. Mixed messages here. Like, I get that it looks kind of comical for the most part because I am so much smaller than a drum kit. Like,
Yeah.
but it's for the most part, it's very positive. Sometimes creepy old dudes happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes creepy young dudes happen. Although they don't say it to me, they say it to you, and then you pass it on.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do get comments said to me sometimes about our drummer.
Yeah. Mostly based around having strong arms and good rhythm.
Yeah. Strong arms comments a lot. I mean, they're usually drunk, which isn't an excuse, just an explanation
Yeah.
of why they're so forward, not an excuse.
Like, I don't mind it so much when they haven't said it directly to me, or if they say it, because I get it, like, it's funny. Like, it is funny.
Mm.
It's just, as long as you say it in a way that's meant to be funny and not threatening, then I don't really care.
That's fair. I mean, I guess it's super easy for it to be taken as threatening. Just don't say it, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe just give a genuine compliment.
Yeah. But also, I'm less bothered because I know that you're also hypersexualized by people that see us in a band, so...
I mean, maybe in different ways, although...
Yeah, it's a very different tone,
Yeah.
but also, because the same thing happens across the board, I'm less bothered by it than I would be.
I'm trying to think. I actually am kind of like affirmative action guy, and I specifically went out of my way to find a female drummer because I wanted some kind of different energy into a band, and I didn't want us to be an all-male band because there are so many of them and so few, especially in rock.
Yeah, I find it's
metal.
I find it's a real bonus in that kind of way. It's quite unique, but then it goes both ways. Like, I've not been involved in things purely because I was female and it just doesn't suit the vibe or the aesthetic. Like, I get why most heavy metal bands are all male, but then that's not really the vibe we have.
Yeah,
terms of the band.
exactly. And I like having that different energy. If I could have, I would also like, in an ideal world, like a female lead guitarist would be really cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
But it's actually a real struggle to find a lot of female guitarists. I don't know why, if women maybe aren't encouraged enough, or if they just aren't as keen on our genre, which is totally fair.
Yeah, I can see why.
There are probably a lot of reasons, and I won't bother speculating
Yeah,
for
and I
fear
think-
of sounding like an idiot.
Yeah, I think women are just a lot less encouraged to be into, like, music of alternative music. Well, definitely are, to be honest. Like, you're quite encouraged to be female and play, like, acoustic guitar and sing and things like that. Like, which is why most female musicians that you'll see in alternative bands are the singers.
Yeah.
The vast majority of the time they are a singer. Everyone always assumes that I'm the singer in our band. Even though none of us really look like drummers.
Yeah, although I get drummer comments because of my arms.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah.
They go, oh, you're the most built one, it must be you. Like,
Mm.
nope.
No,
It's the shortest one that has to carry all the heavy things.
mind you and I are the shortest in the band, and we both take up pretty central roles.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know, our guitarists tower over us.
Yeah, we're short.
Yeah, we're trying to do but yeah, I just wanted to just get your opinion on being a female drummer. Do you have a particular story about being maybe looked down on? You've actually told me some, so I'm loading this question.
That is a very, very loaded question, but yeah. Something that I thoroughly enjoyed was when my previous band got a new drummer. They specifically advertised hoping for a female drummer, but is not quite so lucky there. And they went to, because we used to play this large jam night in the city, and they specifically were told that their drummer was a lot less hot with a beard by lots of old men. One of which was a photographer, which I thought was very funny. Yeah, I suppose it's not too many majorly negative ones, but it's mostly, that's what makes me a bit weird most of the time, is a lot of older men, like...
Yes,
Yay.
very understandably so.
Yeah.
The creepiest comments I think I've gotten are also from middle to older
men,
age men. Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah,
They don't
younger
even
men.
swing that way. They're just like making people uncomfortable.
Younger men tend to be a bit more like actually complimentary. I get a lot of comments from other singers.
Yeah.
I think that's an intimidation thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Not that I'm so handsome or anything. That's not my intention to imply that. It's just it literally happens.
Yeah, it does. Also, you're front line for all of this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're involved.
Yeah.
And I think what you get a lot of the time tends to be women that won't say anything, like younger women that'll just look.
Yeah, which often is worse because I don't know if they're looking like positively or negatively.
Like, oh no! But
Exactly.
I'd be surprised if it was that for the most part.
We did a Battle of the Bands not long ago, and a group of women pushed one of their members towards me, and then she like stumbled back like embarrassed, and I was like, are they making fun of me by pushing someone towards me, or were they actually talking?
Her,
yeah, like.
I think it was probably the latter. But,
well, egos can only hope.
Yeah. But yeah, the major thing that winds me up about being a female drummer is everyone assumes that I can't carry my own equipment, even though I carried it there. No one ever offers on the way there. Everyone offers on the way back, oh, do you need help? Like, no, I played it and I carried it in. No.
I mean, you have to be strong enough to play it.
It just winds me up. Like, yes, I can carry my own equipment. Like, what the hell? Why would I not be able to?
Yeah, and they never asked me, like, they never asked to help carry my mic. You know, that's heavy too.
Oh, yeah.
I need all the help
really
I can
sad.
get. I need to
feel
be
so bad for you.
I need to be relaxed before a gig, Ray. You know that.
You need to be completely free of stress, and I'm there like a bloody snail with a bass drum hiked up on my back. Like,
yeah, that is really funny.
It is really funny.
Anyway, we have one new segment of our show before we sign off for the week. Fucking hell, it has been 50 minutes. We've done a good chunk of time. So anyway, this new segment of our show I have called Controversial Corner.
Ooh.
It's a new segment of our show where we both say the most controversial opinion that we have in regards to music.
Oh, I could have been done with a warning for this.
I thought I'd surprise you with it.
Yeah, clearly.
Because I've already thought of mine.
Oh, okay.
For just to set you an example,
Okay.
my controversial opinion is that I love AC/DC way more than Led Zeppelin and think they are much better.
I have not actually heard, I don't know, maybe it's I'm less exposed to that because I tend to be in a little bit of the heavier region, but I've never heard that as a controversial one either way.
Me neither, but I figured...
You just decided that would be...
Well, I figured a lot of people like Led Zeppelin a lot, and probably also like the AC/DC, and I wanted to just say that I think one of them is better than the other one.
Yeah.
I love it, Led Zeppelin as well, don't get me wrong, but AC/DC I think is just incredible.
Fair enough.
Thunderstruck is amazing.
Yeah. Fair. I can see why you'd say that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it's that controversial, though.
Here you go then. They're both better than Guns N' Roses.
Oh, controversial as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might need to respectfully disagree, but that's just because I'm about Slash.
Oh, wow. Oh, we have a disagreement. We
Yeah,
rarely
we'll fight.
disagree.
We do. Well, I don't care enough normally. But
That's true. Neither of us care.
Yeah, I'm about Slash.
That's fair.
I really, really like Slash.
Is that your controversial opinion, that you disagree with me, your boss?
No, I had a different one. But, I mean, that can be it if you want.
No, you go for it.
My controversial, I don't think it's that controversial, but
That's because we don't have any controversial opinions.
You don't want to force one for the sake of it, do you? But I'm just not a fan of female vocals in alternative music.
That is controversial,
That
especially because I love female vocalists.
Yes, but it's not in a, like, I really, really love seeing other women in music. I love it. Like, 10 out of 10, do what you want, love it,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it, don't let creepy old men make you feel uncomfortable to male singers too. But it just doesn't do it for me.
That's fair.
It's not for me.
And I'm completely the other end of the spectrum. If you have a female vocalist, chances are I'll like you way more because I like the sound more. I like the higher pitched vocals more.
Like, I can see why people like it. It's just not my favorite thing. Like,
also, any woman who can scream, it just sounds so cool to me. I listen to a band called Dream State at the moment, who are just kicking off their career really, and they're great. Their female vocalist, I think it's called CJ. She's awesome. She screams really well.
Yeah, you're
sings
like
really well.
heavily into those at the moment, aren't you?
And they just released their EP, and it's really good. It is. It's really good.
Yeah, I know. You made me listen to it.
Nil Desperandum, local band who we spoke about at the beginning.
Also have female vocalist.
Really great female vocalist.
Again, it's not majorly for me, but I can really appreciate what you're doing, you know?
And then, obviously, Hailstorm, you know.
Yeah. I see a lot of people. Hailstorm bigger than I thought they were for a long time, because I've actually seen them before. I accidentally have seen a Hailstorm at least once, if not twice.
I was shocked at how big they were, because our guitarist introduced me to them. I didn't realise they were as big as they are, but they're massive.
Huge, yeah. Like, I've seen them, I think, once, and that was a download. So, like, opportunity to hear new bands. I mean, it's not for me, but, like...
Yeah, I mean, you know, I respect that. And I hope everyone respects our opinions. If you disagree with us, let us know, because we like talking about this stuff.
Yeah. It's a fun little debate to have. That really ends in a fight to the death.
Well, yeah, because there's no answer for it. One of us just prefers the sound.
You can't control how other people feel about music, do you?
Yeah, you know, it's the same with genre stuff. Whatever you like, it's totally okay, as long as that artist doesn't, like, abuse people.
Well, yeah, I suppose there's a difference between disagreeing with someone and being a tool. Like, it's a solid difference, is that people just don't know how to respectfully express their opinions.
And on that note of peace from Leia, we're going to wish you guys eat well, live less, which I've decided is the catchphrase of this show.
Yeah, we need, like, I don't know, can we have, like, a little percussive thing so I can join in?
What do you mean, a percussive thing?
You know, like they have on the Asda when they go, they'll say the thing and they go, I want something like that. We might need to come back to it next week. You invent
it then.
Well, yeah, but
as the percussionist for our band.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, well, next week we'll have a little percussion thing.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about a theme song for the show as well. Just like a little jingle.
Yes.
I love writing jingles.
Also, as a feedback on last episodes, what was it that we needed? Oh, yeah, when we talked about the monitor overheating and you said that you hit it and fixed it, and I said there's a word for it. There is a word for it. The word is percussive maintenance, when you hit something and fixes it.
Okay, cool.
The more you know.
Yeah, that's useful.
Yeah,
we say the more you know too much between the two of us.
Yeah, we do say that. We do
say that too much.
I always see the little meme format.
I know, right? Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Eat well, live less, and we'll see you later.
Cool. Bye.
We forgot to say our socials.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah, we're Wild Abyss Band on Twitter and Instagram, Wild Abyss on Facebook.
Get on it.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This podcast is on iTunes and Spotify, I think, probably.
We are on all of the platforms.
And our EP is coming out in about a month.
Yeah, we currently sell t-shirts. Get on it, guys.
Yeah, buy the t-shirts, message us, and talk to us if you're hearing this and aren't a member of our family. If you're a member of our family, you know, stay quiet.
Yeah, stop bloody responding on everything.
Yeah.
At my mother and Matt's mother.
Oh, no. My mother can respond as much as she wants. Don't lump her in on this. We'll see you guys later.